Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnupad Rashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Vāman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnupad Rashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnupad Rashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupāda ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnu Mahābhagavat Śrīla Gokṣaras Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnu Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Nityrupa Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Raghunath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Śrī Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Śrī Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jeev Gopala Patadash Raghunath Śrāra Gosvāmī Prabhu ki jai. Śrī Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshada Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Bharata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay, well, I can't figure out how to get the camera to work, but it's okay, we don't need the camera. So, let's see. Dandavat Pranam Sakargaraj ji, Ganga Didi, Rohit Radha Krishnan ji, Vipul Prabhu, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mata ji. Dandavat Pranam to everybody. Yeah, I'm using somebody else's computer. I spent the night in Mayapur last night, and I didn't bring my laptop, so yeah, I'm just using my laptop. All right. So I'm just going to begin. Mangalacharana, auspicious invocation. Oh, wait, one second. Also, as you know, I'm proofreading right now. So if you find anything that I miss, please let me know in the comments. Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Chandra Sachi Sutta Jaya Jaya Nityananda Raya Avadhuta. All glories to Śrī Sachinandana, the moon of Śrī Navadvīpa. All glories to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, the Avadhut. Jaya Jaya Śrī Advaita Prabhu Mahāshaya, Gadadhara Śrīvasa Pandita Jaya Jaya. All glories to Śrī Advaita Acharya. All glories to Śrī Gadadhara Pandit and Śrīvas Pandit. Jaya Jaya Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya. Jaya Jaya Navadvīpa-dhāma Sarva Dhāma Sad. Is there an extra Jaya there? Because that's too many syllables. Jai Dhama Saha Gora Chandraya Avatar. Jai Dhama Saha Gora Chandra Avatar. All glories to the holiest of all holy abodes, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Śrī Gaurachandra descended together with this dham. Beginning of the description of pastime places within the 32-mile Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Shola Krusha Navadvipa Madhe Jaha Jaha Varni Bo. One second. Varni Bo Ekona Bhakta Gana Shunu Taha. O devotees, I will now describe the different places within the 16 kosas of Navadvīpa. All of you should listen. Rivers flowing through Śrī Navadvīpa. Shola krosha madhe Navadvīpera praman. Sodasha pravaha tata sada vidyamaman. "16 rivers are situated eternally in the 16 kosas of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Okay. Mula Ganga Purvatire Dvipa Chatushtai Tahara Paschime Sada Pancha Dviparai. 4 deeps, or islands, exist eternally on the Ganga's eastern bank, and on her western bank are 5 islands. Swardhuni Prabaha Saba Peri Dvipagane Navadvīpa-dhāma anukhane. Swardhuni, Bhagavati Bhagirathi Ganga, flows encircling all these islands, thus eternally increasing the splendor of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Madhe Mula Ganga Devi Rahe Anukhan Apara Prabhahe Anna Punyanadikan. The original Ganga Devi always flows through the center of Navadvīpa-dhāma, and many other rivers who purify the world flow here and many other rivers who purify the world flow here and there throughout Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Gangara nikate bahe Yamuna Sundari Anyadhara madhe Saraswati Vidyadhari. Beautiful Śrī Yamuna Maharani flows with Bhagavati Bhagirathi Ganga next to the western bank, and the presiding goddess of learning, Saraswati, flows within another stream. Maharani has a dot under the end. Tamraparni Krita Mala Brahmaputra Trai Yamunara Purva Bhage Dirga Dharamai. In the eastern part of the Yamuna, the strong and swift current rivers Tamraparni, Kritamala, and Brahmaputra flow. God, I don't know what's wrong with my reading today. I'm not in a... Sarayu Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Gomati Praste Bahe Godavari Sahadruta Gati. Sarayu, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Gomati, and other holy rivers who purify this world flow with mighty speed together with Śrī Godavari. E Sabadhara Paraspara Koriched Eka Navadvipe Nava Veda Kore Bhed. As separate currents, these rivers divide Śrī Navadvīpa into 9 parts. Prabhuri Chai Kabu Dhara Shushka Hoy Puna Icha Hoylo Dhara Hoy Jalamoy. According to the Lord's desire, these rivers sometimes dry out and then again become filled with water. Prabhur Ichai Kabu Dube Konastan Prabhur Ichai Puna Deito Darshan. According to the Lord's desire, a place will sometimes become immersed in water and then again give darshan. Niravadi Erupa Dhama Lila Kore Bhagyavan Jan Prati Sarvakala Spure. Although the Dham continuously performs pastimes in this way, it is always manifest for the most fortunate person. Utkata vasana jadi bhakta hriday hoy, sarva dipa sarva dhara darshana milay. The devotee who has a strong desire within the heart to behold these rivers will attain darshan of all the islands and rivers. Kabhu swapne, kabhu dhyane, kabhu drishti yoge, dhamira darshana pai, bhaktira samyoge. This kind of devotee will sometimes attain, by the help of his devotion, a vision of the Dham in dreams, sometimes in meditation, and sometimes even directly with his eyes. Śrī Antardīpa. Ganga Yamuna Joge Je Diparoy Antardīpa Taranam Sarva Shastre Koy. All holy scriptures call the island formed at the confluence of the rivers Ganga and Yamuna Antardīpa. Antardvipa madhe ache pita mayapura jathai janmilo prabhu chaitanya Ṭhākura. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu took birth in Mayapur Yogapit in the center of Antardvip. Mayapur is Gokul Mahavana Braj. Golokera Antarvati Jai Mahavan Mayapura Navadvipe Jano Bhakta Gan. Gokul Mahavan in Goloka corresponds with Mayapur and Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. All dhams and tirthas are present in Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Shveta Dvipa Vaikunta Goloka Vrindavan Navadvipe Sab Tattva Ache Sarva Khana. Shvetadvip, Vaikunta, Goloka, and Śrī Vrindavan are always splendidly situated in Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Ayodhya Mathura Maya Kashi Kanchi Ar Avanti Dwarakashe Puri Sapta Sar Navadvipe Se Samasta Nija Nija Sthane Nitya Vidyamana Gora Chandrera Vidhane. According to Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's, sorry guys. Verse we are on? Okay. According to Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's arrangement, the seven holy cities, Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti, Ujjain, and Dwarka, are eternally situated in their respective places in Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Ganga Dwara Maya Rasva Rupa Mayapur Jahara Mahatma Shastre Achaye Prachur. The city, Maya, Haridwar, at Gangadwar, is situated in its actual form in Mayapur. The excellence of this place is described repeatedly throughout the scriptures. She Mayapure je jaya ekabar anayase hoy she jara maya par. One who even once visits Mayapur, the residence of all sacred places, easily crosses the material realm. The fruit of wandering throughout Mayapur. Mayapure bhramile mayara adhikar dure jai janma kabhu nahe ar bar. One who wanders throughout Mayapur becomes freed from the control of the illusory energy and from taking birth in this material world. Again. Rules for performing Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma Parikramā. Mayapura uttare simantadvipa hoy, Parikrama vidhi sadhu shastre sada koy, Antardvipe Mayapura koriya darshan, Shri Simantadvipe chalo vigya bhakta gan. Second. Simantadvip is situated to the north of Sri Mayapur. With regard to the procedure of Parikrama of Navadvip, saints and holy scriptures consistently state, O learned devotees, please proceed to Sri Simantadvip after visiting Antardvip Sri Mayapur. Okay. Should it be the Parikrama? It might be the Parikrama. Anyways, I'll just make a note here. Okay. Godrumakya dipa hoy, Mayara dakshine, Taha brahmi chalo madhya dvipe hrishta mane. After visiting Samantadvip, take darshan of the islands named Godrum, situated south of Mayapur. Then blissfully go to Madhyadvip. Chari dvipa jana vira purvatire, Dekhiya janavi paro ho dhire dhire. These four islands, Antardvip, Simantadvip, Godrumadvip, and Madhyadvip, are situated on the river Jahnavi's eastern bank. Maybe it should be Jahnavi River's eastern bank. I don't know. After taking darshan of them, reverentially cross the river Jahnavi Ganga by taking Achman and bathing in her waters, and then glorifying her with the prayer, only by your mercy is it possible to attain darshan of the Dham. Then take darshan of the other 5 islands, Koladvip, Ritudvip, Janodvip, Modadrumadvip, and Rudradvip. Koladvipa anayase koriya brahman, Ritudvipa shobhatabe korodarashan. Effortlessly walk around Koladvip, and then behold the splendor of Ritudvip. Tarpar Janudvipa Paramasundar, Dekhi Modadrumadvipe Chalo Vigyavar. O best of scholars, afterwards proceed to the supremely beautiful Janudvip, and then continue to Modadrumadvip. I don't like the word scholars. Rudradvipa dekho puna Ganga hoye par, Brahmi Mayapura bhakta chalo ar par. After visiting Modadrumadvip, take darshan of Rudradvip, then again cross the Ganga and walk to Mayapur. Tathai Shri Jagannatha Shachira Mandire, Prabhura darshane prave shaha dhire dhire. 1 second. In Mayapur, respectfully offer Jagannath Mishra and Mother Shachi's temple Yogapit. Enter. Did I say offer? Sorry, guys. In Mayapur, respectfully enter Jagannath Mishra and Mother Sachi's temple Yogapit to take darshan of Mahaprabhu. Enter the Yogapit performing Nam Sankirtan and begging for the mercy of the nearby pastime places, and beg forgiveness for offenses committed consciously or unconsciously during the circumambulation of the Dham. Why are these ones in square brackets and the previous ones in rounded brackets? I just need to make a note there. Previously rounded brackets. I'm just making a note. After square. Sorry, guys. Okay, there. Sarvakale erupa parikrama hoy, jivera ananta sukha praktira alay. This is always the procedure for performing the 16 kosas Navadvīpa-dhāma Parikrama. This parikrama is the abode for the jivas to attain unlimited happiness. The best time for performing parikrama. Visheshata makari saptami titi gate falguni purnima vadhi shreshta sarva mate. According to the opinion of all devotees, the best time for performing parikrama is from Makari Saptami to Falguna Purnima. The fruit of taking darshan of Mayapur on Gaura Purnima. Parikrama samadhiya jai Mahārāja Janma dine Mayapura koren darshan. Nitai Gauranga Tare Kripa Vitariya Bhakti Adhikari Kore Pada Chaya Diya. One who, after completing the parikrama of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, takes darshan of Mayapur on Śrī Gaur Purnima, will attain qualification for bhakti through the mercy of the shade of Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu's and Śrī Nityananda's divine feet. Shangshepe kohinu parikrama vivaran vistariya boli ebe koroho shravan. In this chapter, I have in brief presented a description of the parikrama of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Now, in the following chapters, I will describe it in detail. Please listen attentively. The fruit of performing Śrī Gauramandala Parikrama. Jai Jana Brahme Eka Vinkshati Yojan Achirela Bhaishe Gaur Premadhan. One who performs parikrama of the 168 miles, 21 yojanas of Śrī Gauramandal quickly obtains the treasure of Gaur Prem. The author's prayer to attain his desired service. Janavanitai pada chaya jar ash e Bhaktivinoda kore e tattva prakash. Bhaktivinoda, whose only desire is to attain the cooling shade of the lotus feet of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu and Śrī Janavadevi, reveals this truth. Thus ends chapter 3. All right. Thank you guys for being patient with my unsteady reading today. I don't know what's up. Let me just check everything is working okay. Oh my God. Okay. Roop Manjari Didi, I don't think Jalangi is Yamuna, but Haribol Champak Didi. When's it? Oh yeah, Kritamala, yes. Yes. All right. Going back to the text. Where is it? Okay, so chapter 4. Mangalacharan. Auspicious invocation. Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Chandra Shachi Sutta Jaya Jaya Nityananda Raya Vadhuta. All glories to Śrī Sachinandana, the moon of Navadvip. All glories to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, the Avadut. Jaya Jaya Navadvipa Sarvadhama Sar Jataya Hoilo Chaitanya Avatar. All glories to the essence of all holy abodes, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, where Śrī Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended. The result of staying only one day in Navadvip. Sarva tirtha vasa kori je phala pai, Navadvipe labitaha ekadine bhai. O brother, the results one obtains by residing at any of the other holy places for many days will be received by residing for only one day in Śrī Navadvip. Description of Śrī Navadvīpa Parikramā according to the scriptures. Śrī Navadvīpa Parikramā Vivaran Shastra Alochiya Gai Shuno Sadhu Jan. Listen, O saintly persons, as I sing the description found in the scriptures of the Parikramā of the Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, the treasure of the author's life. Shastra Likana Ar Vaishnava Vachan Prabhu Agya Etina Mama Pranadhan Etine Ashraya Kori Koribo Varnan Nadia Brahmana Vidhi Shuna Sarvajan. Give me a second, guys. Okay. The message of the Holy Scriptures, the words of the Vaishnavas, and the order of Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, these three are the treasures of my life. Taking shelter of these three, I will describe the procedure of Śrī Navadvīpa Parikramā. All of you, please listen. Śrī Jiva Goswami's leaving home. Śrī Jiva Goswami jabe chadile na ghar, Nadia Nadia boli vyakula antar. When Śrī Jiva Goswami gave up his home, he called out, Nadia, Nadia, with an anxious heart. Chandra Dipa Chari Teho Jatta Patta Chale Bhase Dui Chakshutar Nayanera Jale. Okay. For the entire journey from his place of residence, Chandradeep, to Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, streams of tears flowed from his eyes. Śrī Jiva Goswami's prayer to attain his desired goal at the time of his, leaving his home. Ha Gauranga Nityananda Jivera Jivan Kabe more kripa kori dibe darashan. While crying, he called out with a loud voice, O life of the living entities, O Śrī Gauranga, O Nityananda Prabhu, when will you bestow your mercy upon me and give me your darshan? Ha ha Navadvipa-dhāma sarvadhama sar, kabe ba dekhibo yami bole bar bar. Alas, alas, O Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, the essence of all holy abodes, when will I receive your darshan? Repeatedly crying out like this, he continued on his way. Śrī Jiva Goswami's divine form. Kaishara vayase jiva sundara gathan vairagyera parakashta apurva darshan. Śrī Jiva Goswami's unprecedented beauty was due to his youthfulness, his handsome, well-built body, and his extreme renunciation. I don't know about this translation. Anyways, I'll make a note for later. Okay. Chaliya chaliya koto dine mahashai Navadvipa uttarila sada premamai. After many days of walking, Śrī Jiva Goswami reached Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. His heart was always overwhelmed with feelings of prema. Śrī Jiva's condition upon only beholding Navadvip. I think only should be somewhere else, not only beholding Navadvip. Okay. Dur hoite Navadvipa kori darashan, dandavat hoye pore, paya achetan. Seeing Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma from a distance, he offered his obeisances and became unconscious. Śrī Jiva is entering Śrī Navadvīpa. Koto kona pore nija chitta koristir, praveshilo Navadvipe pulakashari. After some time, he calmed down. With the hairs on his body standing on end, he entered Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Barakona ghate asi, jigyase sabare, kota prabhu nityananda, dekhao amare. Upon arriving at Barakona Ghat, he inquired from everyone, "Where is Śrī Nityananda Prabhu? Please show me." Śrī Jivera bhava deki kona Mahārāja, Prabhu Nityananda jatha loy tato khan. Seeing Śrī Jiva Goswami immersed in deep ecstasy, a virtuous man took him to where Śrī Nityananda Prabhu was staying. Knowing about Śrī Jiva's arrival, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's heart became filled with joy. Heta Prabhu Nityananda, atta atta hasi, Śrī Jiva asive boli, antare ulasi. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu knew in his heart that Śrī Jiva was coming to see him right then. Extremely blissful, he laughed loudly. Agya dilo dasa gane, Śrī Jiva anite, Aneka Vaishnava jai, Śrī Jive sambodhite. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu ordered his servants to search for Śrī Jiva and bring him near to him. Many Vaishnavas went here and there, searching and calling out for Śrī Jiva. Satvika vikara purna Śrī Jiver sharir, Dekhi Jiva boli sabe korile nastir. One second. When they saw Śrī Jiva Goswami's body decorated with divine ecstatic symptoms, they could understand that this was without a doubt Jiva Goswami. Keho keho age giya mahaprema bhore, Nityananda Prabhu agya vigyapana kore. Someone came forward and with great prema told Jiva about Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's order. Śrī Jiva's condition just upon hearing Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's name. Prabhu Nityananda nama koriya shravan, dharanite pore jiva, hoye achetan. Upon hearing the name of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, Śrī Jiva became unconscious and fell to the ground. Kanika utiya bole boro bhagya mama Prabhu Nityananda kripa pailo adhama. After some time, Śrī Jiva got up and said, I am most fortunate. Even such a wretched person as me has received the mercy of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Śrī Jiva's proper behavior with the Vaishnavas. Shesava Vaishnava Gane Dandavata Hoye Pranama Karoye Jiva Prafula Hridaye. Śrī Jiva's prayer at the Vaishnav's lotus feet. Bole tumi sabe more hoile sadoy Nityananda pada pai sarva shastre koi. With a joyful heart, Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī offered his prostrated obeisances to all those Vaishnavas and prayed, if all of you bestow your mercy upon a person like me, then I can also attain the lotus feet of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. All the Shastras proclaim this. Jivera sobhagya heri koteka Vaishnava charanera dhuliloy koriya utsava. Seeing the great fortune of Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī, some of the Vaishnavas took the dust of his feet and they observed a festival. In other words, with delighted hearts, they smeared that dust over their bodies. Sabe mili jive loy Nityananda jatha Vaishnave veshtita kabo Kohe Krishna Katha. They all took Jiva Gosvāmī to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, who, in semi-internal unconsciousness, was from time to time singing the pastimes of Shri Krishna in the midst of many Vaishnavas. Śrī Jiva's condition upon seeing the unprecedented beauty of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Prabhu Nityananda Nandera dekhiya devya rupa Jivera sharire hoy bhava aparup. Upon seeing the transcendental form of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, extraordinary transcendental emotions arose in the body of Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī. Ki apurva rupa aja herinu bolia porilo dharani tale achetana hoya. One second, we have a couple things we need to do here. Ah, what an unprecedented beauty I behold today! Exclaiming like this, Śrī Jiva fell to the ground unconscious. Śrī Jiva's meeting with Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Mahakripa vashe Prabhu Nityananda Rai Jive uthaiya loy apanara pai. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, who is supremely compassionate, lifted Jiva up and accepted him as his own associate. Vyasta hoye Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī dandailo Kara judi Nityanande kohite lagilo. A few things I need to do here. Give me a second. Okay, done. Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī, overcome with emotion, stood up with folded hands and began to speak to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Śrī Jiva's glorification of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. Vishwarupa Vishwadhama tumi Balaram Ami Jiva kiba jani tava guna gram. O Lord, you are the form of the universe, the abode of the universe, and directly Shri Balaram. What do I know of your noble virtues? Tumi mora Prabhu Nitya Ami Tava Das Tomara Charana Chaya Ekamatra Ash. You are my eternal master, and I am your servant. And I am your eternal servant. My only longing is to attain shelter at your lotus feet. Tumi jare koro daya se anayase, Shri Chaitanya pada par, prema jale bhase. One who receives your mercy can easily attain Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and become immersed in nectar like prema. One second. Done. Without Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, it is impossible to obtain the mercy of Śrīman Mahaprabhu. Tomara karuna bina gora nahi pai, Shata janma bhaje jadi gaurange hi aay. Even if someone worships Sri Gauranga in his heart for hundreds of births, without your mercy, he will not be able to attain Śrīman Mahaprabhu. Gaura danda kore jadi tumi rakha koro, tumi jare danda koro, gaur tar paro. If Sri Gaur Hari wishes to punish someone, you can protect him. But if you punish someone, Śrīman Mahaprabhu will never protect that person. Shri Jiva's prayer at Shri Nityananda Prabhu's feet, lotus feet. Ataiva Prabhu Tava Charana Kamale Loinu Sharanayami Sukritira Bale. Therefore, O Lord, on the strength of my pious credits, I have received shelter at your lotus feet. Tumi kripa kori more deho anumati, Shri Gora darshana pai gore horati. Please give me your mercy and approval that I may obtain Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's darshan and develop attachment to him. Shri Jiva Goswami's humble description of his good fortune. Jabe Rama Keli Grame Shri Gauranga Rai Amara Pitribhya Dvaye Loilena Pai She Kale Shishuami Sajala Nayane Heri Lama Gora Rupa Sada Jage Mane. In my childhood, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu visited the village of Ramakeli and gave my two uncles shelter at his lotus feet. Since that time, when my tear-filled eyes first beheld the form of Shri Gaur, this same form had appeared constantly within my heart. Shri Gauranga Pade Pori. One second. Akorinu Pranati Shri Anga Sparshiya Sukha Pailama Ati. I fell at Shri Gauranga's lotus feet and offered my obeisances. Touching his divine body, I became filled with great happiness. Shekale Gora More Kohila Bachan Ohe Jiva Karo Tumi Shastra Adhyayan Adhyana Samapiya Navadipe Chalo Nityananda Shri Charani Paibe Shakala. Karo Tumi Shastra Chalo. Okay, sorry guys. At that time, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu told me, O Jiva, now study the holy scriptures. When you have finished, go to Shri Navadvīpa, where you will receive everything at the lotus feet of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. She agya shire dhari Ami akinchan, jata sadha vidya kori yachi uparjan. Being destitute, I took his, Mahaprabhu's, order to heart and learned as much as I could. It's obvious that his refers to Mahaprabhu. I think no need for his. Chandradipe Porilama Sahityadi Jata Vedanta Acharya Nahi Pai Mana Mata. In Chandradip, I studied the literature and other subjects, but I could not find any Vedanta Acharya to my liking. Sriman Mahaprabhu's order to Śrī Jiva Gosvāmī. Prabhu agya dila more Vedanta purite, Vedanta sammata Krishna bhakti prakashite. Sriman Mahaprabhu instructed me to study the Vedanta and to reveal Krishna bhakti in accordance with it. Āye lama Navadvīpe tomara charane, Jai rupa agya hoy kori acharane. Now I have come to Navadvip and surrendered unto your lotus feet. I will carry out whatever order you give me. Agya hoy jai khetre prabhura charane, Vedanta poribo sarva bhomera sadhane. If you give me permission, I will go to Śrī Kshetra Puri. There I may take darshan of the Lord's lotus feet and study Vedanta at the residence of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Jivera madhura bake nityananda rai, Jive kole kori kande dharya nahi pai. One second. Okay. After hearing the sweet words of Jiva, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu took him on his lap and, unable to check himself, began to weep. Bole shuno ohe jivni gura vachan, sarva tattva avagata rupa sanatan. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, hear my confidential words. Rupa and Sanatan know all the established philosophical truths, tattvas. Sriman Mahaprabhu's order to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu before the arrival of Śrī Jiva. Prabhu more agya dilo bolite tomai, kshetre nahi jao tumi, na roho hetai. Sriman Mahaprabhu has ordered me to tell you to neither go to Kshetramandal Puri nor to stay here. Tumi ara rupa sanatana dui bhai, Prabhura ekanta dasa janena sabai. Everyone knows that you and the two brothers Rupa and Sanatan are Mahaprabhu's one-pointed servants. Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's order to Śrī Jiva. Toma prati agya e varanasi giya, vachaspati nikate te Vedanta puriya. My order to you is this. Go to Varanasi and study Vedanta under Sri Madhusudan Vachaspati. And there's a footnote here. Sri Madhusudan Vachaspati was Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's disciple. He studied all the commentaries of Vedanta Sutra, such as Shankar Bhashya and Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya, under Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. In particular, he studied the commentary on Vedanta Sutra that Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya heard from Sriman Mahaprabhu Gaur Hari. Sriman Mahaprabhu ordered Vachaspati to live in Kashi and teach. Vyasatirtha of the Sri Madhva Sampradaya composed one small book named Mani Manjari. He composed that book in order to refute the Advaitavad philosophy. Upon reading this book, the Advaitavadis or Mayavadis became bewildered and disturbed. At this time, they surrendered to Śrī Madhusudan Vachaspati, and after being repeatedly petitioned by them, Śrī Madhusudan Vachaspati composed the treatise Advaita Siddhi. In this well-known book, he tried to refute the arguments against Mayavad presented in Mani Manjari. However, Vachaspati was unable to give a satisfactory rebuttal to the sound reason and logic presented therein. I've seen that book always, and I always wondered what was in it. Now I know. It's not something like really esoteric and high, it's cutting Mayavad. It's esoteric, but not classic. Yes. Ekebare jaho tata hoite Vrindavan tata kripa koriben rupa sanatan. From there, go straight to Vrindavan, where you will receive the mercy of Śrī Rupa and Śrī Sanatan. Rupera anuga hoye yugala bhajan, koro tata vedanta di shastra alapan. Under the guidance of Śrī Rupa, worship the divine couple Śrī Radha Krishna and deliberate upon the Vedanta and other shastras. Śrīmad Bhagavatam is a genuine commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Bhagavata Shastra hoy sarva shastra sar, Vedanta sutrera bhashya koroho prachar. You should preach that the spotless Mahapuran Śrīmad Bhagavatam, composed by Śrī Krishna Dvaipayan Śrī Ved Vyas, the author of Bhaktivedānta Sutra, is the essence of all holy scriptures and the genuine commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Sarva bhome kripa kori gauranga Shri Hari, Brahma Sutra Vyakhya koilo Bhagavata dhari. You know already that while bestowing his mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sri Gaur Hari explained Sri Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, according to Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Shri Vidya Sarvabhauma Shri Madhusudane, Shri Kaila Kshetra Dhame Parama Jatane. Sarvabhauma carefully taught this knowledge to Shri Madhusudan Vachaspati and Shri Jagannath Puri. Shri Madhu Vachaspati Prabhu Agya Pe Ache Varanasi Dhame Dekho Tumi Jaye. On the order of the Lord, the same Madhusudan Vachaspati now lives in Varanasi. You should go there and meet him. Shri Madhusudan Vachaspati's identity. One second. Okay. Bahete ho sampradaye Vaidantika hoy Shankari sannyasi tar nikate paroy. Krame krame sannyasi ganera kripa kori Gaurangera Vyakhya Shiksha Deya Sutra Dhori. Externally, Madhusudan Vachaspati is a traditional Vedantist who teaches sannyasis of the Shankar Sampradaya. However, at the appropriate time when they have developed faith, he gives mercy to them by conveying the meaning of the sutras in accordance with Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's explanations. Pritaka bhashyera ebe nahi prayojan, bhagavate koi sutra bhashyete ganan. Now there is no need to write a separate commentary on the Vedanta Sutra because all the sutras are truly explained in Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Kale jabe bhashyera hoibe prayojan, Shri Govinda bhashya tabe habe prakatan. When there will be a need for a commentary, Śrī Govinda Bhashya will manifest itself. Sarvabhauma samparke she Gopinath Shunilo Prabhura Bhashya Sarvabhauma Sat. Because Gopinath Acharya is related to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he also heard the commentary from Śrī Mahaprabhu's mouth when Mahaprabhu explained it to Sarvabhauma. Śrī Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu is Śrī Gopinath Acharya. Kale teho Prabhura Ichaya Janmaloye Baladeva Deshe Jabe Jayapura Jaye. Oops, they put, there should be no hyphen there. Okay. At the appropriate time, by the desire of the Lord, he, Gopinath Acharya, will take birth as Baladev Vijabhushan and will conquer Jayapur. One second. Okay. Tata Shri Govinda Bole Bhashya Prakashiya Sevi Bogo Ranga Pada Jive Nistariya. He will go there, reveal the commentary named Śrī Govinda Bhashya, and liberate the jivas by manifesting service to Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And there's a footnote here. The deity of Śrīman Mahaprabhu, served and worshipped by Śrī Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu, is still present today at the Śrī Radha Gopinath temple in Śrī Jayapur. I don't even remember that, Mahaprabhu Thakurji. Okay. Eshava Gura Katha Rupa Sanatan Sakala Kohibe Toma Prati Dui Jan. Okay. The two brothers, Śrī Rupa and Śrī Sanatan, will tell you all these confidential topics in detail. Nityananda Vakya Shuni Shri Jiva Gosai Kandiya Lotai Bhume Sangya Arnai. Hearing the words of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, Śrī Jiva Goswami started weeping and rolled on the ground. He then fell unconscious. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu is infusing spiritual power in Śrī Jiva. It should be past tense. Okay. Kripa kori Prabhu nija charana yugal Śrī Jivera shire dhori arpilena pal. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu bestowed his mercy on Śrī Jiva Goswami by putting his two lotus feet on his head, thus infusing him with spiritual strength. Jai Shri Gauranga Jai Nityananda Rai Boliya Nache Nish Jiva Vaishnava Sabhai. Śrī Jiva Goswami began to dance in the assembly of the Vaishnavas, chanting, "All glories to Śrī Gauranga, all glories to Śrī Nityananda Rai. Shiva Sadi Chilor Tata Jata Mahajan. Jive Nityananda Kripa Kori Darashan. Sabe Nache Shri Gauranga Nityananda Boli. Mahakala Rave Tata Hoy Hulu Stali." Seeing Śrī Nityananda Prabhu's mercy upon Jiva Goswami, Srivas and all the great devotees present there began to dance and chant the names of Śrī Gauranga Nityananda, making the place auspicious with their loud chanting. Koto Khana Pore Nrita Kori Samvaran Jive Loye Nityananda Boshilo Tokon. After some time, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu stopped dancing, took Jiva with him, and sat down. Jivera hoilo vasa shivasa yangane, sandhya kale ailo puna prabhu darashane. It was arranged for Śrī Jiva Goswami to stay in Shivasangan. After staying in Shivasangan for some time, Shri Jiva Goswami again came to see Shri Nityananda Prabhu in the evening. Nirjane bosiya Prabhu Gora Guna Gai, Shri Jiva Asiya Pore Nityananda Pai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu was sitting in solitude, singing the glories of Shri Gaur Hari. Shri Jiva offered his obeisances at the Lord's feet. Shri Jiva's inquiry concerning the tattva about Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Jatna kori Prabhu tare nikate basai, kar joda kori Jiva swadainya janai. Jiva bole Prabhu more karuna koriya, Navadvīpa-dhāma tattva bolo vivariya. With great care, Shri Nityananda Prabhu seated Jiva next to him. Shri Jiva Goswami folded his hands and humbly said, O Lord, please be merciful and describe in detail the true nature of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Prabhu bole, Ohe Jiva bolibo tomai, Atyantani gora tattva rakhibe hiyai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu said, O Jiva, I will certainly tell you about this highly confidential topic, but you must keep it in your heart. Jata tata ebe iha nakoro prakash, prakata lilara ante, hoibe vikash. For now, do not reveal this tattva here and there. At the close of the Lord's manifest pastimes, it will reveal itself naturally. Nityananda Prabhu's description of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma's real nature. E Navadvipa hoy sarva dhama sar, Shri Viraja Brahma Dhama adi hoye par, Vaikuntera parashveta dipa Shri Goloka, Tadante Gokula Vrindavana Krishna Loka. This Navadvip is the essence of all holy abodes. After crossing the rivers Shri Viraja, Brahmadham, and so on, one comes to Vaikuntha. Beyond Vaikuntha is Shvetadvip, Shri Goloka. Above Shri Goloka is Krishna Loka, Gokul, and Vrindavan. She Loka dui bhave hoito prakash, madhurya audarya bhede, rasera vikash. This abode, Shri Krishna Loka, manifests in two transcendental moods, two bhavs, that nourish ras. Sweetness, madhurya, and munificence, audarya. The distinguishing features of Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma and Śrī Vrindavan-dhāma. Madhurya audarya purna rupe avastita, audarya madhurya purna rupe te vihita. Tatapi oje prakashe madhurya pradhan, Vrindavana bolitaha jane bhagyavan. Although audarya exists in full within madhurya, and madhurya exists in full within audarya, that section of Shri Krishna Loka in which madhurya predominates is known by fortunate persons as Vrindavan. Jai prakashe audarya pradhana nitya hoy, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma sarva vede koy. And the section of Shri Krishna Loka in which audarya predominates is called Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma in all the Vedas. Śrī Navadvīpa and Śrī Vrindavan are one in tattva. Vrindavana Navadvipe nahi kichu bhed, rasera prakasha bhede karaya prabhed. There is no difference between Vrindavan and Navadvip. They are distinguished only by ras. E dhama nitya siddha chinmaya ananta, jara bhudi jane tar, nahi pai anta. This dham is eternally perfect, transcendental, and unlimited. A person with material intelligence cannot fathom the extent of it. Ladini prabhave jiva chari jara dharma. Nitya siddha jnana bole pai tar dharma. Influenced by Hladini Shakti, the living entities give up their material occupational duties, dharma, and attain their real dharma on the strength of eternally perfected knowledge. Sarva Navadvīpa hoy chinmaya prakash, she pite Śrī Gauranga korena vilas. Navadvip in its entirety is a transcendental manifestation. Śrī Gauranga Mahaprabhu performs his pastimes in this very dham. Charma chokhe loke dekhe prapancha gatan, maya achadiya rakhe, nitya niketan. With material eyes, people perceive this place to be like any other. This is because the illusory energy covers their eyes and hides the real eternal abode of the Dham. Navadvipa mayanai jada deshakal, kichu tata nahi ache jivera janjal, kintu karma bandha kram. In Śrī Navadvīpa, there is no mundane place or time that is influenced by Maya, and the jivas here are not entangled in material illusion. Kintu karma bandha krame jiva maya vashe, Navadvipa-dhāme prapanchika bhave pashe. However, being bound by his fruit of activities, the jiva becomes controlled by illusion, Maya, and sees Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma as a material place. Bhagya krame sadhu sange premera uday, hoy jabe tabe dekhe vaikunta chinmay, aprakrita desha kala dhama dravya jata, anayase dekhe shriya choke avirata. We're almost finished. When, by good fortune, through the association of saintly persons, prema appears in a jiva, he will see Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma as the manifest transcendental Vaikuntha Loka. Then he will always see with his own eyes all the transcendental components of the Dham, such as the land and time. Eto kohino yami Navadvipa tattva, vichariya deko jiva, hoye shuddha sattva. I have described the real truth of Navadvīpa-dhāma in your presence. O jiva, being situated in pure goodness, shuddha sattva, please deliberate upon this tattva. The author's prayer to attain his desired service. Nitai janava pare, nitya jara ash, gura tattva kore Bhaktivinoda prakash. Bhaktivinoda, desiring to attain the lotus feet of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu and Śrī Janava Devi, is revealing this confidential truth. Thus ends chapter 4. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Shri Satchid Ananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya Ki Jai, Shri Jiva Gosvāmī Par Ki Jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Ki Jai, Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha, Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Well, actually, I'm using Nanda Kishore's computer. But still, thank you to Chandrasekhar Prabhu for so patiently waiting while I'm going way over time. He's been waiting for breakfast. So see you all tomorrow, and I'll be reading on my own computer. And for some reason, I couldn't read today. I was really choppy. But anyways, tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be more smooth when I'm on my own laptop. And I got the files for the Word document. So now you won't have to wait for me stopping every 2 seconds to write in my book. I'm just going to be working directly on the Word document.